Adesina Koiki here at Big East Men's Basketball Media Day at Madison Square Garden. We are here with the Georgetown Hoya, and that's okay, even though I went to Syracuse University. It's okay. It really is okay. Isaac Copeland of the Georgetown Hoyas, thank you so very much for joining us. And last year, being a part of a freshman class of 5, to be able to step up the way you guys did last year and assimilate with the veterans like a Joshua Smith, like a Devante Smith, Rivera. How did you guys do it in terms of mixing the youth and the experience last year, making the NCAA tournament and winning a game in the NCAA tournament?
We all didn't do it at one time. Early on, it was mainly Paul and LJ. Then I started to step up. I guess after the Butler game, we hit the game winner. And then Trey had a good game against Creighton. And then we just all kind of got it together towards the end of the season. So, I mean, the veterans really helped us out a lot when we had rough times. And then as good players, we just learned along the way. So that's what we did. How
did those veterans help you guys out, specifically Devante and Joshua Smith?
Devante really is vocal. He's one of the best players in the Big East every year. So he's been there, done that. He's been everywhere we're trying to go. And he basically just pulls us aside, talks to us, and just leads by example very well.
And last season, playing in the NCAA tournament, first year in college, playing in the NCAA tournament, how was that experience playing a couple of games in the NCAA tournament?
It was amazing. The first game, running out there and seeing the entire stands filled with red, and that's not our color. So just seeing how we were on the opposite side of the United States and how much support we had against us really was crazy, but it was a great environment. I really can't even put it into words how great of a feeling it was.
And then you saw red again, because it was Eastern Washington and then it was Utah.
Yeah,
a lot of red. Was red your favorite color before that, and what do you think of the color red now?
It actually was, and it's still my favorite color, but I have some bad memories with it.
So you can forgive the Eastern Washington people and the Utah people for wearing so much red. But you mentioned that there were so many people, I don't want to say rooting against you guys, but rooting for their schools there. Was that somewhat motivation when playing in those NCAA tournament games?
Yeah, I love having the other team making a lot of noise at the beginning of it, and then at the end when they see us win, it just be completely silent in the gym. That's probably the best feeling in the world to me.
How are you a different player from this point last season to this point right now?
Last year I was very quiet, more of a follower, and this year I'm definitely taking more of a leadership role, more comfortable, and just talking a lot more on the court. So.
In terms of talking a whole lot more on the court, is that more on the defensive end? Just tell me how you get to the point where you talk more on the court.
It's not easy at all to learn how to talk more, but it has to be defense and offense because we have younger guys that need help, and the older guys that taught me are no longer there. So I'm kind of in that spot that they were in last year. So me just having to be a good resource for younger guys is what I'm trying to be.
Do you and guys like LJ and Paul White, do you have a real kinship given the fact that you came into Georgetown in the same recruiting class?
Yeah, our class is very close, but to be honest, our entire team is very close. We all come over to each other's rooms, play 2K, joke around, and we pretty much spend all our time together while we're at school.
Who's the best video game player? Who's the best 2K player?
It's a tie between me and LJ. We're pretty much the best. Everybody else is just mediocre, I guess.
What team you play with?
We play random, so we play with any team.
Any team. Who's your favorite? It's random, but if there's a team that you could pick, if I said, let's get the 2K game on right now, and I came on and I picked the Cavaliers, who would you pick? Can't pick the Cavaliers, too.
Cavs, so I'll probably pick the Rockets. Definitely Rockets. James Harden is great on the game, yeah. He's great.
Okay, Isaac Copeland of the Georgetown Hoyas, thank you so very much. Actually, last question. I'm sorry about that. I went to Syracuse, and a lot of people I know went to Syracuse. A lot of people I know went to Georgetown. Syracuse and Georgetown meet this year. Do you have an understanding of that rivalry, and how do you think it's going to be when you guys play? I know you're thinking about each game before it, but do you have an understanding of the Syracuse-Georgetown rivalry?
Yeah, I kind of witnessed it firsthand. The day before I committed, I went to the game, Georgetown versus Syracuse, like the last time they were in the same conference. It was a blowout. Georgetown won.
Yeah, I know that.
In the Verizon Center.
I know that.
And we're playing them again in the Verizon Center this year. So just going from being a high school kid in the stands, like, wow, look at these guys playing, and then now I'm actually going to be one of the ones on the court. It's just going to be amazing to me. So
Now Syracuse did beat Georgetown here at the Garden in the Big East tournament, but I won't say anything about that. Isaac Copeland, thank you so very much for joining us. Best of luck and success to the Hoyas in 2015 and 2016 and for your game as well.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.